Jamal Hill and Alex Pereira have had a lot of beef on social media, and it spilled over to in real life. Jamal approached Alex Pereira while he was training. He said not on Twitter now a couple times as he approached him. Pereira stuck his fist out for a fist bump and Jamal obliged. But it wasn't a pleasant interaction, and eventually Alex Pereira reached to get some gloves and he tossed them at Jamal Hill, indicating they should get in the cage and fight. Jamal kept questioning it by saying, "For free?" Jamal kept reiterating, "I get paid, I get paid, I get paid." Alex, however, was insistent they should just get in the cage and fight. Ultimately, Alex's coach separated the two and also concurred that they should get paid and just said, "Let's make money." Ultimately, a bit of a pointless interaction. Hill coming up to Pereira. I mean, what's really the point? They don't speak the same language. I think Hill thought this interaction was going to go a lot differently. I think he thought he'd go up to Alex and be like, "Hey, we're not on Twitter now. You got nothing to say." But then Alex is like, "Yeah, let's just fight." But Hill takes on Prochazka next. Ankalaev is probably next for Alex Pereira. I'm Brazilian, and Poatan said, "Put on the gloves and let's go to the cage." Jamal said, "Not for free." Kids nowadays got zero respect for their parents. Bro should respect his daddy. Not on Twitter now, as if he didn't get KO'd in a fist fight already. UFC 311 keeps adding really good fights. You got Dariush versus Moicano added to the card. Beneil Dariush, number 9 in the lightweight division. Renato Moicano ranked number 10. Some were expecting a clash between Moicano and Paddy Pimblett, possibly March 22nd in London, but that won't be happening. Moicano's fighting sooner than later. However, that still does leave time for a possible fight between Paddy and Moicano if the UFC chooses to go to that direction 2 months later. Moicano's coming off a big win over Benoit Saint-Denis. Dariush had a tough couple last fights. The last one, he was stopped in 1 minute and 4 seconds against Arman Tsarukyan, and before that, he was ground and pounded in the first round by Charles Oliveira. Tough couple fights to have back-to-back, two of the top challengers in the division. UFC 311 looking really good. It's like they got two main events. You got a main event on top of another fight that could be a main event. You also got Prochazka versus Hill, 2 and 3 in the light heavyweight division. You also got Almeida versus Spivak, as well as Holland versus De Ridder. So a lot of great fights. Those are just to name a few. Give Moicano Paddy, not Dariush. Stop protecting your golden boy. Moicano wants money. Money-wise, he probably gets paid the same, but maybe he does both fights, so maybe he gets double the pay. We'll see what happens. But yeah, Paddy would be a more compelling fight. UFC 311 is going to have a press conference. UFC just announced that they're doing it on Friday, 3 p.m. Pacific time. Makhachev, Tsarukyan, Davalishvili, Nurmagomedov. This is going to be a good one, because these two are going to go at it. Merab's got a lot of rage towards Umar, because Umar's made ducking accusations towards Merab for quite some time. But to be fair, those were fair accusations. It looked like Merab was ducking Umar. He kept talking like he's going to fight Petr Yan, he's going to fight O'Malley, he wanted to fight anybody but Umar. Credit to Merab, he did the right thing. He did what the UFC wanted him to do. He's going to be fighting Umar, and he is going to be fired up at this press conference. According to Dana White, it was rage that made this fight happen.
Merab came into the office late last night, told us that he is tired of listening to Umar disrespect him and wanted to make this fight happen as soon as possible. We called Umar. He was sleeping in Dagestan, and he said, hell yes, anywhere, anytime.
Just right now, the UFC added to the 311 card Tagir Ulanbekov versus Clayton Carpenter, January 18th in LA. And championship returns to Qatar for 171 Thursday, February 20th. Former Dana White's Contender Series fighter Michael as well fighting next weekend at Fury 99. Some of Dana White's recent promos promoting Power Slap with some models have received some criticism. 55 years old, wheeling around the 20-year-old OnlyFans girl to try and get views. Clout chasing an ego, got no age limit. Imagine being worth $500 million, married with kids, and posting these cringe videos using UFC accounts to get people to watch your Power Slap party online. Some people agree with Jake, but the very obvious retort back at him is he just fought a 58-year-old and he's 27, so there's a lot of dubious ethics there. Regardless, whatever promos Dana is doing, they're working because they're gaining attention. They're giving away a McLaren, but you gotta watch Power Slap on Rumble on Thursday to win it. Kevin Borjas versus Ronaldo Rodriguez on March 29th in Mexico City. Jordan Ryan commentating at Fight Pass Invitational 9. He doesn't like Mikey Musumeci, so maybe some biased commentary there. Arnold Allen taking a little time off training, dealing with some injuries, and in the meantime, he got married in Las Vegas. He last fought in July, and he defeated Giga Chikadze via decision. A good return date for him would be March 22nd in London for that fight night card. Ian Gary thinks the sparring between him and Shavkat Rakhmonov from a couple years ago is irrelevant.
He made you tap in sparring. It would be fair to say that if he's taking anything away from that experience, he would be mistaken to do so.
If he wants to latch on to a moment of success in training from 2 years ago and thinks I'm the same fighter I was then he would be sadly mistaken. I don't believe he is going to be latching on to anything like that. I believe he is being honest and he's saying this happened, which it did. I'm not turning around and say it didn't, but if I sit here and tell you the names I've gone out and beaten sparring, it's just not relevant. It would be a very different conversation. So he has to do it on Saturday night, and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to show him that I'm far better than he could ever imagine.
Adesanya going with Ian Gary. I like Ian. I saw he said he wants to take Shavkat, so I like the energy. That's the Goku spirit. I like that. Let's go Ian. Colby Covington hinting he's going to bring Trump to UFC Tampa next weekend when he takes on Joaquin Buckley.
This is my wig, man. Especially if I go to like a country like Brazil, you know, like people hate me over there, so I'm gonna have to wear a wig if I want to get around with the mamacitas. Hey guys, would you guys take me serious? Would you think that you could take me in a fight?
Makhachev thinks he beats Sarukian in round 2. He beat Oliveira in round 2. He beat Arman in the first fight via decision. In his last fight, he got a 5th round stoppage against Dustin Poirier.
Keep the shoulders loose. Loose as a goose, and you go in there and you strike like lightning. You gotta whip them straight lefts in. You gotta whip them in like that, mate. You keep them loose. Keep them loose.
Kibas versus Dern, grabbing the lotion on this one. That's the first main event of next year, Jan 11th, UFC Fight Night at the Apex. Max Holloway turns 33. He's already easily inducted into the Hall of Fame if he walks away, but he's restarting his career at 155 in 2025. Texas state champion wrestler Brijate Garcia competing at PFC 41 on Saturday. Some contend amateur wrestling training is harder than MMA. She feels the opposite, telling me I would say they both have their own difficulties. But MMA training is way harder and more of a mental battle. You have to worry about getting hit to the face with punches, knees, or elbows while having to keep your mind straight and fight back.